Hey everybody, my name's Zack. I'm from Inner North Brewing Co. in Brunswick. You probably already know that. Today we are tasting our newest can release, Time Loop. Time Loop is what we're calling a hazeweizen, which is a completely made up style that we just made up out of nothing. We had a quick Google. As far as we could tell, only one other home brewer on Untapped had released a hazeweizen. But the idea, concept behind it is we wanted to take elements of brewing a hazy pale ale with late hop additions, with elements of brewing a hefeweizen in terms of malt profile and yeast selection. It's a really cool concept, and it makes a lot more sense than, say, a cold IPA, which is a load of shit. We're never going to brew one of those because it's not an IPA, because it's not an ale. Guys, what's wrong with everyone? Anyways, so with the Time Loop, we did a quick sort of single keg batch. We sort of actually blended two beers a little bit and sort of kind of played around with it, single keg. And then instantly decided, you know what, we like this concept, just take it straight to can, which is not something we do very often. So let's just get tasting it, right? Yeah, just. A lot of yeast on the nose compared to a hazy pale. But you still get the hoppy, fruity aromas of the hops. I'm just going to stir this up a bit. It's been sitting there a little while. Yeah. In the front of the palate, you get some sweetness and some tropical fruit salad vibes, which is basically what we were going for. We wanted to get the thing about when you brew a hefeweizen, you use a Weissbier yeast, and you get banana esters and clove phenols from the yeast. While it's producing the alcohol, it produces these byproducts that are quite that are flavor compounds that basically are a signature of the style hefeweizen. And so what really inspired this brew was the idea of combining that banana with the tropical fruits you get from some of the newer hops out there. And so we went with Eclipse hops from Australia, which have a bit of a mandarin, stone fruit mango profile, and NZ107, which has it's an experimental hop out of New Zealand that we get a lot of pineapple, sweet mango, papaya stuff going on. Both great hops. And we thought if we can combine that with the banana, we're going to get a really good tropical fruit salad type situation. And we did. But the hazy pale influence is that we added those large quantity of hops. Normally hefeweizens have almost no hops. We had a large number of hops at the end of the boil, right at the end in the whirlpool, and sort of like you would when you're making a hazy pale. Where it stops being like a hazy pale is after that first sip, because a hazy pale is juicy and sweet, whereas this finishes dry and it finishes spicy. And that's a bit we didn't quite anticipate. We were going for the banana. We underestimated the amount of clove we'd get out of the yeast in this brew. And when you take that sip, fruity at the front, and then spicy dry finish at the back. You just get a lot of that clove, real dry, almost gritty finish. And not quite what we expected, but it's actually pretty good. It actually, I think, pairs really well with Christmas in terms of you have that sweetness, and it's kind of a little bit, you have that sweetness and you have that spice. So really good we're in December at the moment, really good for that. Definitely a concept we're going to pursue more in the future. I've always liked trying to figure out different ways to use hops with old styles. We used to do some Belgian IPAs, so I think the hazeweizen is something we'll keep pursuing. And but really happy with how this came out. I hope you enjoy it too. It's 5% alcohol. It's available in cans on our online shop. It's available in bottles on our online shop. It's currently on tap. It was released in this month's can subscription, so if you're not a subscriber, you should consider subscribing to that too. And pairs well with pretty much any food, to be honest. It's a real good, not overbearing on the palate, and good in hot weather. It's drizzling 16 degrees today, and it's still delicious today. Well, so that just about sums it up. Hope you found this interesting, entertaining. And grab a 4-pack, grab a 6-pack, grab a 24-pack, grab a keg. Got party kegs too on the store. And if you have any questions, just give us a buzz. Thanks.